All right, it's Player Talk Radio. We are back in the building. It's DJ Kuda back at the helm of today's show. We got a great show for you guys today. Man, let's get it. Let's get into this game. It's Player Talk Radio.
You're now in the with the young DJ.
Shout out to that boy Sean Paul. Let's get it.
On Player Talk Radio.
Shout out to Sean Paul.
Girl, you forgot to tell me what's up, you know. A Sean Paul, you know. From the dirty cup, you know. Check it. I take the punky, girl, me say that you want me, and it no matter what your man a say, cause you know so that we have to link up one day. I take the punky, girl, me say that you want me, and it no matter what your man a say, cause you know so that we have to get together one day. Yo, come and sit down and I watch it every day. Yeah, I'm a know so that you want come away. Here say your boyfriend a treat you like stray. Woman, you know say that you should have there with me. You know your man a play. I'm a promise and me never make you ball. Anytime you want me, take you shopping at the mall. Want talk to me give you cellular for call. Leave it up to me, you wouldn't worry none at all. Hot sexy punky, me punky, girl, me say that you want me, and it no matter what your man a say. Man a say, cause you know so that we are filling up one day. Hot sexy punky, me punky, girl, me say that you want me, and it no matter what your man a say. Man a say, cause you know so that we are filling up one day. Yo, come me say that you giving me the eyes. Want to make a move, I don't me know it to the wise. Cause every time I see you, girl, me temperature rise. Woulda be a fool if me never even try. Then, girl, the way you have me weak, me want you bad. If you left the boy tomorrow, girl, me woulda glad. Cause right now, if I see your side, I am me kinda sad. Now make you slip through me and you must be mad. Hot sexy punky, me punky, girl, me say that you want me, and it no matter what your man a say. Man a say, cause you know so that we are filling up one day. Hot sexy punky, me lady, girl, me say that you want me, baby, and it no matter what your man a say. Man a say, cause you know so that we are filling up one day. Let's get together, correspond no man, it's time me left the man, you know so that me loving strong. Stand up along with the up, we not go ease up the tensions, and know so we not wrong. Dirty clan with the have to sing another song, girl, platinum ring, and when you get in a woman, you know so that your vibes show. Know so that we have to get the loving in you, tippy love. One year me girl, you know how you hot sexy punky, me punky, girl, me say that you want me, and it no matter what your man a say. Man a say, cause you know so that we have to get the link up one day. Hot sexy punky, me punky, girl, me say that you want me, and it no matter what your man a say. Man a say, cause you know so that we have to link up one day. Girl, come and sit down and I watch you every day. Yeah, I'm know so that you want come away. You say your man and him a treat you like Shay. Woman, you know say that you should have there with me. You know your man a play. I'm a promise that me never make you ball. Anytime you want me, take you shopping at the mall. Want talk to me give you cellular for call. Leave it up to me, you wouldn't worry none at all. Hot sexy punky, me punky, girl, me say that you want me, and it no matter what.
Alright, this Player Talk Radio. We are back in the building. It's DJ Kuda back at the helm of today's show. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Say that you want me, and it no matter what your man a say. Man a say, cause you know so that we are filling up one day.
Alright, we are in the building, man. It's Player Talk Radio. DJ Kuda back at the helm of today's show. Alright, man. You know, 420 just passed and shit, so, you know. So we got a lot of shit going on today's show. We're gonna get into some game. You know what I'm saying? On the past shows we've talked about. I'm wondering why this mic is doing this. Okay. On the past shows we talked about a lot of different things. We talked about frame control. And people wanted me to go deeper on frame control. And frame control basically is controlling the conversation or knowing who's in control of the conversation. And, you know, a lot of times this is a subconscious thing. And, you know, you feel who's in control of the conversation. Like, for example, you guys come here to listen to the show and get some game. I'm in control of this frame. I'm in control of whether you receive a certain information, or whether you're gonna stick around and listen, or whether I'm articulating myself in a manner that you can understand what I'm talking about. So when we talk about frame control, it's not just about controlling the frame, but it's about asking effective questions. It's about gathering information. It's about holding a conversation. It's about getting the other person involved in your world or in what you're talking about. And what you're talking about will get them involved in your world. See, we do a lot of things as men when it comes to, talking and being with women and doing things with women. So on today's show, I got a great speaker and a guy that's on YouTube who creates really good content. Shout outs to Aft Soft. Go check his channel out. I don't really know how to really pronounce it. All right, it's called AFTSOV, and check him out on YouTube and subscribe to that brother's channel. He does a lot of illustrations on his videos, which is pretty cool. And I want to give you guys information on this game from a lot of different angles because, to further the conversation and really soak up the game of the things that we're going to be talking about in future shows, I would want to present information to you guys that will actually give you guys, that's more of your speed, more of your style, You have different styles. Like, Alan Roger Curry, he has mode 1. Steve the Dean's just straight laced. Brother Wise, he has a really careful, calculating, great style. And, Sinful, good vocabulary, he pulls you in, he can tell you a story, he can hold your attention, you have different styles. You got Minister Jap, you got O'Shea, you got a whole bunch of different people, Donovan Sharp, you got Rom Wills, you got different styles, things that are introduced to you in different ways and methods of doing things. You got Mr. Locario, you got different people. And then you got the MGTOW guys, and then you got the pickup artists, and then we kind of blend things into or listen to a wide, very array of different styles. But these styles all lead to the same conclusion. So when you realize this, you have to realize that it's which route are you going to take to have success for yourself. And this tool, which is controlling the frame, or just being aware that there's a frame to be controlled, or that there's a frame being controlled, is a tool that a lot of guys tend to overlook. And this tool could be the key to unlock the vehicle that you want to drive, which is game. So what I'm saying is that you guys, you need to understand what you're doing or how you're gonna go about doing something. Those who fail to plan to fail. So what you guys need to understand is that there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. So on today's show, we're gonna be talking about frame control. We're gonna talk about getting a good sense of what you're talking about, or what you're trying to do in an interaction with said lady. So let's get into today's show. I'm going to be engineering today's show. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. We are going to have the mix on today's show. And shout outs to this brother again. Go subscribe to his channel. AFTSOV, all in one letter. Go subscribe to him on YouTube, man. Let's critique and get into it, and let's explain the game and break down exactly what you're doing. How to get laid like a warlord. Frame control. Let's get it. It's Player Talk Radio.
37 rules for approaching model tier women. This video is going to cover everything there is to know about getting the highest caliber girls from cold approach. When it comes to getting 9s and 10s, there's a holy trinity to it, and it's comprised of frame control, inner game, and passing shit tests. Part 1. The attraction process through mastering frame control. Rule number 1. Women are attracted to you because you have a stronger frame than they do. This is the basis of the attraction process. There's really nothing else to it. Attraction is purely a function of the fact that 1. You are a man, and 2. You have a stronger frame than the girl. So if you're one of those types of guys that starts crying or gets upset and loses your emotional control over the things that females tell you, like if they say you're too short, or if you're not rich enough for them, or you're too ugly for them.
Now, what he's going to be talking about is your sense of reality. And we talked about it on further shows that your sense of reality has to be higher than, well, if you live in reality, your sense of reality generally should be higher than her sense of reality. But a lot of you guys, and it happens to the best of us, a lot of you guys aren't rooted in your sense of reality because a lot of you guys really don't understand your reality or the reality of things to have a concrete answer. And when a woman knows this and she puts in a different answer, which is a test, she will see if it knocks you off your pedestal of reality, your concept of reality. How much can she move you? What are your buttons? Who are you? Let me poke you here and see how you respond. Let me see if my sense of reality is a little bit more sharper than yours. And a lot of times these tests come out of nowhere, and sometimes they get you. Even if you know about this shit, they get you. And unfortunately, she'll be doing this to the end of time. In a relationship with you, while she's married to you, while she's around you, she will do this all the fucking time. So you guys need to pay attention to this. So this is upon contact. This is what she's doing before she lets her guard down. She lets you charm and disarm. Shout outs to Sinful, man. Let's get it.
And you lose your shit, that's you losing your frame. And females have no choice but to agree with you. This is because women are the submissive sex. They literally have no choice but to submit to what men present them with. Before we go any further, it's important that we take the time to understand what exactly frame is. And although frame is a wide and complex topic that deserves its own video, we'll just keep it.
The word frame is subjective. Because some of you guys, and you'll see once I start doing the email shows and stuff, email me at playertalk8@gmail.com. Some of you guys will, and I'm going to play a clear example later on in today's show. You guys will try to defend, you guys will not agree with it and try to defend something else. Like, you guys will be like, no, I don't think frame control is really what it is, and this, that, and the third. But whatever you're arguing to say exactly what it is, that, my dear sir, is a form of frame control. No, I don't attract women with funny jokes and things like that. I just walk up to them and be direct with them. Yeah, I want to fuck. That's still a way of controlling the frame. You're just controlling the frame in a different way, and you just explained to me how you control it. You get what I'm saying. So let's get into it. Let's let him explain what is the frame. Let's get it.
Frame, when loosely and simply defined, means the context in which a subject is perceived. So let's go ahead and come up with an example. You're going to be the subject, and Stacy is gonna perceive you as a nobody and a loser. However, in your own frame, in your own perception, you're a fucking awesome catch. And your frame is so strong that no matter how many times Stacy calls you a loser, you still know you're fucking awesome. Which causes Donna to get wet for you because she starts to think that you're awesome too. She has entered your frame. So you can think of frame as a verb. It's literally the action of being in someone's reality or subscribing to a certain perception of reality. Another example would be, let's say you decide to ask Amanda out, and Amanda says that you should just be friends. If you accept this proposal, you are operating in Amanda's frame. You have entered her reality. However, if you decline that proposal and instead suggest that you two should meet up when she's interested in something else, you are now operating within your own frame, your own reality. And Amanda may come around and decide to enter your frame, to enter your reality. That is frame simplified. Rule number 2. Women would rather fuck an ugly guy with a strong frame than a handsome man with a weak one. Evolution has designed women to be...
Now, that is true. And you have to understand, ugly dudes, they get with women a lot better. Because a lot of you guys think that it's about looks. Looks play a role now, don't get me wrong. But if you ain't got nothing going on with you, or what you have going on doesn't really reciprocate your looks, it's a letdown. It's because you look good, but you're not. And the ugly man's game, and I did a show when I was talking about the ugly man's game. Ugly guys, they're assuming they're doing bad, so all they really got to do is really impress her. Oh, you got something going on. Shit, you might not be ugly after all. You understand what I'm saying? And you guys got to know the real deal, and you have to find it through doing things in life that you never thought you would, or putting yourself in certain position. There's a beauty in ugly because it's based on personality. You understand? So there's a beauty in ugliness, and there's a certain type of ugliness in beauty. It's like a beautiful dime. A lot of you dudes are expecting these women to be smart and know shit and this, that, and the third, and then you get with a dime, and then you're like, man, these bitches dumb. Bitch, you really didn't know how to use a can opener? Like, you, oh my god, oh my god, it's my first time using a can opener. Oh my god, I didn't know you use it like that. It opens cans. Oh my god. That's just the laugh of the day. It's so funny. And you looking like, this shit's stupid. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is that, you know, you realize that shit ain't always cracked up to be. Everything that glitter doesn't glow, you know? It's sad. And that goes with shows that are perceived as terrible. You know what I'm saying? People will perceive my shows as terrible. I'm talking about some crazy shit. In a crazy way. People will perceive these shows as terrible. But what you realize is that you will find gold in shit before you will find gold in a rose. So it's weird. There's a lot of ugliness and beauty, and there's a lot of beauty and ugliness. You know? So let's listen to what he got to talk about. Let's get it.
Be very flexible in terms of who they'll become attracted to. We've seen it all the time. You're in your college campus and you're walking towards your class, and suddenly you see a couple.
That's the dynamic.
Unfortunate looking motherfucker paired off with a hot body female. Big tits, cute perky round ass, and an amazingly gorgeous face. And you're just sitting there wondering to yourself, how did he get her? Well, he got her because women would rather fuck an ugly guy with a strong frame of mind, so like a natural leader, than a handsome guy with a weak frame of mind. So, you know, somebody who's cowardly or insecure or uncertain. This is because women who chose to fuck the uncertain guys have their genes rooted out of existence. I mean, come on. If you're gonna shiver and shake and not even know what words to say to a woman, how in the hell are you going to be able to get food and hunt and provide for your family? It's just not going to happen. So because of this, women are very adaptable as to who they can become attracted to. They have the capacity to get wet for almost any man as long.
And that's their mindset. That's why they test. That's why you nice guys are having problems. That's why you guys seek game and try to learn knowledge and try to soak up as much as you can. Motherfuckers soaked up game, hella game from my shows. This is why you seek knowledge and want to soak up game, because the thing is that although this is a weird but reasonable barometer for women to test men for, the reality of the fact is that this isn't true. This is not true. And I want to get through to you guys. This is not true. And then to a degree it kind of is true. That's why I said it's a reasonable parameter. Because what the fuck? Who remembers posted? Oh, okay. Shout outs to who remembers. Shout outs to them. You get notifications and shit. My bad, y'all. But what the thing is that, you know, if a guy doesn't approach you, or, you know, he just doesn't walks up to you, or he's been looking at you from afar, or he's been, you know, whatever, what you gotta understand is that doesn't make him unable to protect you. That doesn't make him unable to not pay his bills, or have nice things, or possess game, or, you know, just do things, have things. That doesn't mean shit. You don't know him, and he doesn't know you. But there's interest there. You see what I'm saying? This is what you guys are going through. This is why you guys get friend zoned. This is why the dating game is crazy. Because there's parameters set that aren't set in reality. Because the reality of the fact is, ladies, you have guys that will treat you like a queen and want to do the things that you want and have these crazy Facebook relationships that you guys feed into, but do not realize that you friend zone this motherfucker, because the thing is that upon first appearance, he didn't sweep you off your feet the way you wanted to feel that day, or he was a little shaky the way you felt that day. You know, sometimes fellas, you'll approach a bitch, both of y'all be shaking, but one of y'all have to conceal it better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you niggas, you listen to this game that I'm spitting, and what happens is you decide to try out some of the shit, or you listen to other different dating coaches, or I'm not a dating coach, by the way, but you listen to other different people on here, and you like, you know what, let me decide to try this shit out. Let me figure out what it is about going up to a beautiful broad and speaking to her, and then you actually do it. And then all of this shit start happening. You're like, oh shit. She gonna be talking, and you gonna come to a point when you're in your little boots and shit, and you talking, and you like, oh shit, I'm really in front of this bitch. I'm looking her in the face. Damn, she cute as shit. Oh my god. Oh my, oh shit, don't stare at her titties. Oh damn, she gonna look at you staring at her titties. She looking you in the eye. Why are you not looking her in the eye? Oh, you should be looking her in the eye, bro. Oh damn, you looking low risk, bro. Oh shit, nigga, you in your head right now. She talking to you. Oh man, she already done realized this on you, by the way. And you in your head like, oh fuck, let me look her in the eye. Okay, all right, Kuda says stare in one eye. Okay, I'm gonna look in one eye, and I'm gonna talk to her directly, and be playful or some shit like that, or you already daydreaming. So there's two sides to approaching that fucks a lot of guys up, and that leads to their rejection. And a lot of times it's before the approach, during the approach, and after the approach. None of this shit counts unless you fuck. But can we chop up some game though? Can we chop up some game? None of this shit counts unless you fuck. So you could be stalking a woman for 3 weeks. You can be doing all of this shit. None of this shit counts. Now the method I like to use is more of a form of speed seduction. It is really speedy. And it's long term too. You know? It's like the fast and slow route at the same time. But you have to understand what you're really doing, because you yourself can get wrapped up into it. But that's another show. Now, and it allows you to pace yourself. You date at your own pace. Anyway, but my method is no different than anybody else's method. Now, you guys need to really figure out what you're doing. Like I said, the man who fails to plan plans to fail. Let's get back into it now. I should turn this into a study, but this isn't study. We're going to start back up the study series soon, so let's get it.
As long as his frame is stronger than hers. Rule number 3. A girl can only get horny for you if you have a stronger frame than her. Think of this like a mathematical equation. There is no getting around it, there's no cheating it, and no short-circuiting it. It is an immutable law. Women want to submit to you. They need to submit.
And this is true. Now, another thing, women date equal or less. And I say equal or less, my bad. Equal or higher. I'm tripping. And you have to really gauge her range. When you know this information, you have to gauge her range of attraction to you by how she treats you. If she really likes you and she's talking, she's like, yeah, I'll come. Yeah. And she kind of will, she'll just kind of do anything for you just at the drop of a hat. She views you as higher. But a lot of these little independent women and these little business women and these, I go to school and I'm doing this, and I go to work and these tit for tat broads, they're the one that you have to play chess with, because they view that you're their equal. So it's like, yeah, we both do it. So it's like mutual. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times too, when you guys go to start a relationship and you're like, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? And she's like, hey, well, you want to be my boyfriend? What you guys are saying is that you're going to be equal to each other, that you're something. You understand what I'm saying? And it's the same thing more or less with marriage. But the relationship is to develop yourself towards marriage. Yeah, me and her is something, and we're moving as one unit, and once we get married, that's because both of us came to the realization that we are really something. We're something really special. Being somebody's boyfriend or girlfriend is not nothing special unless you're on the verge to marriage, because within the context of a relationship, that will make you feel special. Marriage. We're talking about steps here. So what you have to understand is that how a woman will, and this equal rule goes further back. When a woman sleeps with you, she therefore becomes your equal. When you sleep with women, you therefore says that she's your equal. Whether she's a square, whether she's a hoe, whether she's just some bitch that doesn't know. You set the parameter for her to be your equal when you fuck. And a man that understands this concept will start to understand the concept of having standards, or the concept of having morals. So the thing about it is that you have to really develop yourself. You have to really understand yourself. You have to really come to certain conclusions with yourself. And when you upgrade yourself, you will upgrade the choices that you make. And another thing with women choosing you, and her vibe is more of a, okay, this is her level of attraction to me, or she views us as mutual. What will happen is, and you will feel this vibe a lot on dates, when you go out on dates. And you'll feel this vibe a lot in a relationship too, because a woman will kind of view you as her equal by saying, okay, we're something, so we're equal. So this is where standards and certain things that should be going on in relationships will transpire. So things like that, you have to really pay attention to it. Because in the dating phase, if you're gonna sleep with somebody, then you're saying you're equal. We got something. We figured each other out, and we're getting to learn each other. Okay, now we got to learn each other. We're equal again because now we want to be in a relationship. Okay, we got to learn each other. We came to a mutual understanding that we wanted to be in a relationship, and we're cool with what we present to each other and what we have. So now we're equal on that plane that we have a relationship. And this boils back into titles, fellas. Women want so many titles. And you have to quickly identify what title is she going for first. And then she will play a game, which is a manipulative game, to get that title. And you will also have to engage in her circus. Whether if you want to or not. Like, she'll pull you into it. Let's get it.
Admit to a strong man.
We're just going in. We setting the table right now before we start cooking and eating. Let's get it.
Girls can't even become wet for a guy who has a weaker frame than they do. It's literally impossible. This is why you may have one of your really hot friends, or you may be a hot guy yourself, yet whenever you find that you're talking to a female who starts off smiling at you, but the things you say and the way you say them and the way you present yourself ends up with her pussy drying out like the Saharan desert. So, now you may be wondering, well, Afsaf, you've told me why, but how? How do I develop a stronger frame? That leads us...
Okay, shout outs to Afsaf. Afsaf. My bad. Afsaf. My bad, brother. Shout outs to Afsaf.
It's rule number 4. Just be a man. Act like you have the answers. You may be wondering, what is a strong frame? Fundamentally, it's a sense of certainty and confidence in everything you do. One surefire way to develop a rock-solid frame is to expose yourself to high-stress situations and to triumph in the face of them. Success will of course breed your confidence, but a good indicator of strong frame is the ability to fail without having it phase you. So basically what I'm saying is, the more chicks you ask out, the better and stronger your frame's gonna end up, as long as you're able to maintain your frame in the face of both success and failure. This, of course, manifests itself as calmness in the face of social
Fellas, maintain your composure.
pressure. To put it simply, in cold approach pickup, women become attracted to you because you're more relaxed than she is. It's all natural, that's all. It might seem strange, but in actuality it's not. The very fact that you approach the girl at all, just even going up to talking to the cutie at your college campus, that alone demonstrates a massive amount of confidence and social value. So once you've approached the girl and gotten her into a conversation, the game is yours to lose. Remember, your looks open the door, but it's your job to walk through it. She'll inevitably become attracted to you because you're a man, you're interesting, and you're attractive because you have a stronger frame than she does. Rule number 5.
And that's some real shit. You have to look at the comparison. And this is why a lot of people go out and they peacock or they buy expensive things to appear to have a strong frame. Let's get it.
Relax. You will approach women, and you're gonna make mistakes. That's fine. It's natural. Women don't want you to be perfect. They only want you to be a man. You are not physically perfect, and neither am I. Nobody is. Everything you see on magazines and TV, makeup artists, Photoshop, it's all fake. Nobody's perfect. And that's good because women aren't looking for perfection. They're only looking for a man who has a stronger psychological frame than they do. Rule number 6. She tests your frame to test your masculinity. The two are the exact same thing. Women are attracted to masculinity, of course. I mean, it's no lie that women like a big dude with muscles. Masculinity can be defined as a measure of how much pressure a man can endure without breaking his frame. When you approach a hot woman, she immediately starts trying to break down your frame. She's testing your strength. So if your frame crumbles in the face of her frame, then you lose. So if you just start trying to qualify yourself to her, she knows you're not a man because men have a stronger frame than the woman. So in the case of a woman telling you that you're too short for her, use some Amuse Mastery, tell her you'll go grab your stilts, and then jump right back into the conversation. Women aren't that hard to understand. They just want to be with a strong man, and when she sees that you have a strong frame, she's gonna start getting wet. Rule number 7. Listen, smile, nod, agree, then do whatever the fuck you're gonna do anyway. Just like how we talked about earlier with the Amuse Mastery, women are gonna test you all the time, and they're going to say things that are completely brutal, who would ruin a weaker man. They'll call you ugly, they'll call you a loser, they'll call you fat, they'll call you every word under the sun. And not only that, but they're also gonna feign repulsion for you. An example would be approaching a girl and then having them make a weird face or hell, even pretend to fucking ignore you for the first 10 or 20 seconds. You cannot let this penetrate your mind. You cannot let this shatter your frame. It shouldn't cause any emotional reaction whatsoever inside you. You should just smile, nod, agree. Then depending upon what kind of shit test she's giving you, you'll respond accordingly. So if she's being a straight up bitch, then it's up to you to decide if it's worth the effort. But if she's flirting with you, then go ahead and flirt back. Because we all know that a shit test equals interest. Rule number 8. Chasing hot girls gives you a charge. When you're first getting into game, it's fine to only approach 5s and 6s. Many of these girls will be super nice to you, and that's cool. A lot of them are fantastic in bed.
This is true. And you want to do that because the thing is that a lot, and I don't want to say this because there's a lot of smart dimes, 9s, 10s. There's a lot of women out there that are smart, that are in the upper echelons and looks. But 5s, they're the type of women that really have to develop a character to really get some play. Not really too much because, you know, they have a pussy and niggas are really shallow minded. But they have to develop, they have to be somebody. They have to learn something. They have to get a pull. Somebody be like, oh, she likes anime. Okay. I'm fucking with her. Oh, she likes food. Okay. I'm fucking with her. Oh, you just like anything and have a little character to you, motherfuckers will fuck with you. That guys are really simple. We are compensational creatures, bro. And the same type of game they possess will be the same type of game a pretty girl possesses.
You're naturally going to want to move up the ladder and start laying 8s, 9s, and 10s. This is a natural instinct.
What I was saying is that, like, the 10s and the dimes, at best, they're just going to be like the 5s. So, when you're good at maneuvering around a 5 with a great personality, you could pull a dime with that same personality and get your little trophy wife or whatever, because I understand, like, the 5s are really good people, and they cool and shit, and they got little, you know what I'm saying, little things to them, and, you know, she likes to go fishing and shit, so that's, like, weird, and you like her, and you go fishing with the bitch, but then one day you gonna cast your reel, and you gonna see another fish, and this fish is gonna catch your eye, and this fish likes fishing too. And this fish look bad. Like this fish, matter of fact, this fish is on the cover of a goddamn magazine. And you see niggas like Googling under her little pictures, talking about some damn babe, oh if I could have you and all this other shit. And she just bit on your reel because you like fishing too. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say you shouldn't upgrade, nigga? But the reality is, you already got your 5. You already got your 5. And if you can pull 2 5s get you a dime. God damn. Alright, let's get back into it.
And it's good. It means you're evolving. It's okay to chase girls just because they're hot. They know they're hot. Those girls want you to chase them, and if they didn't, they wouldn't make themselves hot. Part of being a man is taking what you want from life, whether it be money, glory, or a very hot woman's ass. It makes you feel like a hunter. Rule number 9. Seducing a 9 is no different from seducing a 5. The process of attraction is exactly the same. You must have a stronger frame than the woman. The only difference is that the hot girl's frame is stronger than the chubby girl's frame. But ultimately, no matter how strong a hottie's frame is, your frame will always be stronger because...
And that's some real shit. That's some real shit. And you know what? And shout outs to him. I've been watching a lot of Sinful lately. And the good thing is that, you know what I'm saying, you have to understand what he says is true. Yeah, I'm gonna do a show about him going on Kev Gills. That's gonna be a great show. I'm gonna do a show about that. And Pharaoh. Sinful went at Kev Gills and Pharaoh last night, so I want to see how this shit gonna play out. We gonna cover that shit as Player Talk Radio, but don't allow the appearance to be the interference, and that's some real shit. You don't allow her appearance to be the interference, because her appearance is interfering with what you got going on, and a lot of times your frame is strong, but when you approach a girl and she's really pretty, and she has whatever you think she has going on with her, you allowed her appearance to be the interference. And now your frame doesn't come off as strong because you allowed the interference. You allow her appearance to be the interference. So what I'm saying is that, you know, if she looks bad and all this other shit and you in your head, or you think you in your bag, or you know what I'm saying, your game didn't kick in as quick as it should have, you know, you allowed her appearance to interfere with what you got going on, which in other words destroys your frame in front of her. And we're not talking about frame to have you guys be paranoid about how you look or how you come off as. And this will come with a lot of self-help. When you help yourself and work on yourself and better yourself, you know, your demeanor will automatically kick in, so that will ease your paranoia. And easing your paranoia will, in tune, you know, give off a better demeanor that is going to be in tune with your frame. So this is a deeper conversation than dating. We only talk about it in the dating. But you know what's crazy though? And I don't want you guys to feel that you guys don't know shit, or that I'm just some nigga here giving you shit. No, this is just, I'm passing on information that should be for sale, but it's free. But what you have to understand is that a lot of times when, and this is how I got introduced to this concept. A lot of, well, in a way, this is how I picked back up on what I knew about this concept. But the thing is, and this is where a lot of y'all will do the same too. But the thing is that dating and getting women will make you take a big psychological perspective of yourself. Because you're going to psychologically think about yourself in general. But when you understand psychology, then you take a psychological perspective on yourself, you will realize a lot of good information about yourself. And what I mean by that is that, you know, a lot of times you won't look at the concept of yourself until you're forced to like a broad and want to really do something about it, get into game, and then now you're looking at yourself. And like, damn. Not only can, and I'm not saying judge somebody, but what you have to understand is that you're going to judge a motherfucker anyway. So what happens is you're going to say, okay, well, I'm judging somebody anyway, no matter how I look at it, no matter how I express it, or try to articulate myself about it. And if you're judging other people and you're analyzing contents of somebody else's life, you are living life yourself and are forced to understand the context of your own life. And to a certain degree, you figure out if you full of shit or if you real with yourself, because you're going to start to judge yourself by the same context that you've therefore learned in the dating game. So some of you niggas, for example, will say, okay, I'm judging bitches on a scale of 1 to 10. This girl's a 5, this girl's a dime. But me being you know what I'm saying, me being looking at myself in the mirror, I'm probably a 6 or a 7. So me being a 6 or a 7, I'm gonna judge vicariously under the banner of comparison to say, yo, I'm a 6 or a 7, so I can really only pull between like a 5 or a 4, really. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kind of get my confidence off of them, and then a challenge to me is trying to pull a 9 or an 8 because I'm a 6 or a 7, and if she's a 9 or an 8, that's still greater in number, but that doesn't translate into reality when it comes down to her lifestyle. What kind of things is she dealing with? What is she getting herself into? You know, when you really start asking these real fucking questions. This is game. I'm really breaking down the game for you on today's show. So what I'm saying is that, you know, when you realize this game and you soak up this game and you internalize this game, you're going to be spot on with your choices. Whether it comes to money, whether it comes to health, whether it comes to your finances, or the lifestyle that you want to be in, or what kind of women you choose. This rests upon you having a successful marriage. This rests upon you having success, period. Because you're going to do these things anyway. You're going to judge anyway. You're going to be a hypocrite anyway. You're going to fall and bump your head anyway. So a lot of you guys that come to this channel feeling like nothing, wanting to feel like something, you have to understand the context of nothing. Because nothing in and of itself is something. And realizing that you're nothing, you can realize that you can be something. But y'all don't hear me. So when we talk about having a frame, have a frame. Because your frame is going to get judged anyway. Your frame is going to be tested anyway. And people will try to frame you in a different way anyway.
because you're the man. Rule number 10. Women will test you brutally when they want to sleep with you. When you approach any hot girl, she'll test your frame hard to see if it's strong. But this is because she wants to see if you'll buckle to societal pressure, or if your frame will remain calm and consistent regardless of any external feedback. She actually wants to sleep with you, but she needs to test your strength first. Think about it. If a woman is not interested in you, she'll find a way to leave. If a woman's sitting there putting in the effort to act apathetic or uninterested and she's shit testing you, it's undercover covert flirting, and it means that she actually wants to fuck you, but she's testing your strength first. A carefully cultivated test. And the fact of the matter is, most men fail the test because they don't even realize they're being tested. Now, I know we covered a lot in this video, but I promise you the time and effort put into learning game is so worth it. Let's do a quick little recap. Women are attracted to men who have a stronger frame of reality than they do. Having a strong frame means being certain and confident in yourself, relaxed in the face of social pressure, smiling, nodding, and then doing whatever the fuck you were going to do anyways, which in this case means asking her out. And finally, the woman is testing you because she wants to fuck you. If the girl didn't want to bang you, she would have walked away. So that means if you're sitting there talking with a girl and you start hearing some things like, "I don't date guys who are shorter than me," congratulations, she's thinking about fucking you. So don't fuck it up. The next videos in the How to Get Laid Like a Warlord series are going to be covered.
That's true. That's true. I don't like date. I don't date guys that's shorter than me. Well, deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you pass her test at all costs. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes call her out on it. Like come up with a whole really accuse her of some shit. Like, I don't date guys that's shorter than me. Oh, that means you a piece of shit. What if your husband is shorter than you? Why would you talk about him like that? Or you do something. When they make dumb, that's some dumb shit. And when you realize that it's some dumb shit and know it to be some dumb shit, you're gonna naturally respond to it because you know it's some dumb shit. Boom, you passed the test.
Covering two more topics: mastering your inner game and mastering shit tests. And that's it for today's video, my friends. Live victoriously.
So we're gonna do Afsoft. We got him. We're gonna do some critiques on this stuff today. We're gonna be breaking down the game. It's Player Talk Radio. We are in the building. Listen. In the spirit of 420, I'm in a little Jamaican mood today, so we're gonna play some Jamaican music on today's show. We're gonna get into the mix. There is gonna be a part 2. We're gonna get into frame theory. We're gonna really go deeper on the subject of having a frame and having a really good reality. So it's Player Talk Radio. We are in the building. It's DJ Kuda. Let's get it, man. It's Player Talk Radio.
You're now in the mix with the young DJ Kuda.
Tonight we gonna be going in. Let's get it.
On Player Talk Radio.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, talking about the whole Sinful and Kevin Gills joint, man. We're gonna get into that shit too, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff on the second half too. This is just the beginning. This may be a triple part series. We gotta see how this live will go and how it's gonna carry it. We got a lot of shit to talk about. Kev Gills and Pharaoh about the... But shout outs to Sinful. He be doing them slow motherfucking roasts. Like, motherfuckers be watching Sinful for a good 3 to 4 hours. Soaking up game. So he be doing a slow fucking roast. So, you know what I'm saying? I just like the black community that we do have out here in the, in this whole, this whole community, man. Like, I name a lot of different people. and shit. People that I listen to and that I look up to, and I wouldn't, name them if I ain't fuck with them and shit. But we got a lot of shit going on. We're gonna talk about the Nature Boy shit. We're gonna talk about how we're in it. We're gonna talk about a whole bunch of different things. I don't know. Another Satan Sam show might be coming soon, so y'all look out for that. Some people are late on them Satan Sam shows, but I be getting that shit though. Alright, so listen, man. I'm gonna be engineering tonight's show. We're gonna do this one for the sisters. We're gonna talk about frame control on today's show, so let's get it. Let's Player Talk Radio, man. Shout out to the sisters, man. Let's get it, man. Shout out to Richie Spice, man. Let's get it, man. The reggae mix. Road to the Frame show. Email me at playertalk8@gmail.com. Let's get it. It's Player Talk Radio. Let's go.
Lock you in my arms and brown skin. Woman, I love the vibes, I love the spice, I love the passion you bring. Brown skin. Yes, I wanna wrap you, wanna lock you in my arms and a brown skin. Woman, I love the vibes, I love the spice, I love the passion.
Now you gotta break the game down a little bit more because they might be slow.
In every way you make my day, you know I want you for myself. I see it in your eyes that it's me, it's only me can love you so, baby. Hot like a fire, my heart desire. She pretty like a Maya. A brown skin, girl, I wanna wrap you, wanna lock you in my arms and brown skin. Woman, I love the vibes, I love the spice, I love the passion you bring. Brown skin. Yes, I wanna wrap you, wanna lock you in my arms and a brown skin. Woman, I love the vibes, I love the spice, I love the pattern you bring. I want your full attention, your love in every direction. In my songs, your name will be mentioned. I give you love and affection. I'm so glad that I made a woman. What a match, perfect combination. Multiply and bring forth a nation. I love you, baby, every day. Brown skin, girl, I wanna wrap you, wanna lock you in my arms. A brown skin, woman, I love the vibes, I love the spice, I love the passion you bring. Brown skin, yes, I wanna wrap you, wanna lock you in my arms. A brown skin. Man, I love the vibes, I love the spice, I love the passion you. Na 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 na.
Shout outs to Chris Martin, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. It's an old school reggae throwback. Let's go, man.
She know.
Y'all niggas don't know nothing about this shit. Let's get it, man. Nigga, we gonna go in on today's show. Let's go. Here we go.
You love me for true.
Listen to the words, nigga.
So you tell me if you understand that you are made for a money man. But if you can't love me now, don't love me later. And my later is much greater. It only proves that you love the paper, my paper. If you can't love me now, don't love me later. When my later is much greater. Come in, no one, no impersonator for my paper. Girl, do you love me or do you love him? Who in introduce you to kissing and hugging, and gentle rubbing, and sexy touching. Admit it, girl, I'm giving you the proper loving. Oh, the thing is that you're rich on me. It shouldn't be because I'm money make you switch from me. Cause if you leave, girl, nobody come back. Because my heart won't offer you know what I come for. So if you can't love me now, don't love me later. When my later is much greater, it only proves that you love the paper, my paper. If you can't love me now, don't love me later. When my later is much greater, come in no one, no impersonator for my paper. No, girl, I know you want stability, but that no mean say you fi sell it all for vanity, no. Bright lights, fast cars at the city, and the fast lane make you lose your sanity. But me can't believe you sell yourself so short. Forget the money you will make, man, break your fast. But and your life make your choice because me now make you break my heart, no. If you can't love me now, don't love me later. When my later is much greater, it only proves that you love the paper, my paper. If you can't love me now, don't love me later. When my later is much greater, come in no one, no impersonator for my paper. No, if you can't love me now, don't love me later. When my later is much greater, it only proves that you love the paper, my paper. If you can't love me now, don't love me later. When my later is much greater, come in no one, no impersonator for my paper. I don't want you to learn the hard way, so I'm taking you to lover school. You want money just for party, girl. You take me for fool. Every piece of my heart I gave away. I gave it away to you. And I thought you'd understand, baby, but time's running out on you, God. If you can't love me now, don't love me later. When my later is much greater, it only proves that you love the paper, my paper. If you can't love me now, don't love me later. When my later is much greater, come in no one, no impersonator for my paper, no.
Alright, it's Player Talk Radio. We are back in the building. Let's get back into it, man. Ass off. Let's get it.
All for the sake of victory.
How to get laid like a warlord. 37 rules for approaching model tier women. Part 2 of 3. Inner game. The last episode of the How to Get Laid Like a Warlord series covered how to achieve frame control. Here's a quick recap of what was covered. 1. Frame means frame of mind and is synonymous with reality. 2. Men set the frame, women test the frame. 3. If a man's frame is strong, the woman submits, accepts the man's frame, and slowly generates attraction. 4. If the man's frame is weak, the woman becomes repulsed. She'll test even harder, and any previous attraction slowly fades. That is the general synopsis of the previous entry into this series. Click here to experience the full video. The next step to getting laid like a warlord is to master your inner game. This video will provide important concepts that will improve your inner game. The first 6 rules are red pill, sidebar, truth and knowledge bombs. They are fundamental to your inner game and absolute most important concepts one must understand. The next 4 rules are pivotal mentality shifts that will give you a healthy frame of mind to operate from when seducing women. The final 4 rules are actionable advices you can try the next time you're out gaming. By understanding all 14 rules and concepts, you will master your inner game. Inner game can be defined as the conscious and subconscious thoughts and beliefs that influence a person's behaviors. By perfecting your inner game, You will understand uncomfortable truths, win the battle raging inside of you, and master your mind. Rule number 1. You won't get all the girls, but you will get girls. An immutable law of life is not everyone is going to like you. If you go out into the world expecting to have every woman you encounter drip for your seed, then you're in for a rude awakening. There is no secret phrase to activate every girl's primal brain and make her attracted to you. There is, however, a fantastic little red pill that will help you learn how to get girls. If you follow the advice given by the red pill, yeah, you'll still discuss some girls, but guess what? You'll also see more girls ogling you, and even more girls becoming open and receptive to your advances. As the old saying goes, some girls hate you, some girls love you, most girls want to see what you got. Rule number 2. Not every woman will like you, but some women will crave you. You want girls who are at your beck and call, the ones who see you as their number one cock. It's better to be the guy who girls make time for than the guy who women have to check their schedule for. Don't break your back trying to impress a girl who says things like this to you. Maybe we'll hang out. Let me get back to you on that. Don't put yourself through that bullshit, especially if you have a cock-thirsty plate throwing herself at you day and night. Variety may be the spice of life, but why put yourself through the stress and trouble of jumping through one woman's hoops when you have another woman who will give you awesome sex on command? Women who like you will make your life easier. Now, if you go around thinking, man, I don't need this hoe, I already got another one just waiting for me to give her the dick, then you're gonna have a good time. Rule number 3. There is no one special girl, but some girls are made specially for you. On the most basic level, women have warm vagina holes that are a great source of pleasure. They are all the same in that regard. However, some you're gonna click with, like puzzle pieces. But that's all it is, a click. You two are highly compatible genetic puzzle pieces that snap together. She is the Fisher-Price puzzle slot, and you are the shape that fits inside of her. You may be able to fit into other slots with enough tenacity, but the truth is, nothing will feel as easy as being with a girl you vibe with. And when the drooling 4-year-old named Life decides to fling the toy across the room, and you get launched out of your slot, don't worry, because Fisher-Price makes millions of the same puzzle game. And even if you can't find another Fisher-Price puzzle, you can still probably shove your cylindrical-shaped puzzle piece into other slots. But we all know it's just not going to be as fun as the slots made for us. Rule number 4.
Did y'all soak that up? Did y'all soak that up? Did y'all get what he just said? Good God Almighty. Right the fuck on. Yes. Right on. Getting calls and shit. So listen, man. Y'all gotta understand. This shit is powerful. This nigga is saying some powerful ass shit. And what he said is really true. Fisher-Price, nigga, they cranking out toys. Cranking out hella toys. Real talk.
No woman belongs to you except for in the moment. When you're with your girl, you should be the only person on her mind. Her cell phone should be silent and you two should be enjoying each other's company and intimacy. No woman belongs to you, but this is your turn with her. Once that date is over, it's fair game, man. If you put a leash on a dog, you control it. But when you take the leash off, the fucker's probably gonna run around and sniff every butt in town until it gets a new owner, gets run over, or starves to death. Some dogs get captured and returned to you. Other dogs stand there, waiting for you to put the leash back on their neck. Other dogs, they wander around, but come back to you when you call their name. Women are exactly like that. When you're not in their presence anymore, that's it. Your turn with her is over. They'll talk to their orbiters, they'll talk to their side niggas. Don't get jealous, cause it's gonna happen. If you finished fucking and you're just doing your thing at your work desk while she's laying on the bed, then it's fine. You had your way with her and went on to do other things. She's gonna pull out her phone, it's what girls do. And it's mostly just because she's waiting for you to initiate something else. But on the flip side to that coin, if she's calling and texting other guys while you two are doing something, like trying to sex it up, cook dinner, bowl, coffee date, watching a movie together, or whatever,
a hoe.
then you're doing it wrong, bro. Rule number 5. All women are like that, but not all women do that. Women are like guns. They're fun, dangerous, and all share the potential to inflict some serious damage. Treat them as if they're all loaded. And I'm sure you've heard this red pill horror story before. A man and a woman are in an inseparable, perfect relationship until suddenly, it just happened, and she rides on the next dick. Spare yourself the heartache and get it through your thick head that all women are like that, okay? You must accept and be okay with the potentials. Be okay with nature, man. She ain't designed to be monogamous. It's never gonna happen. It's better to accept the potential of her cheating or her infidelity and going about your life instead of sitting in paralyzed fear, paranoid about the possibility. Ask yourself, if a better version of you came around your girl, would she leave you for your better? It's you, exactly, except he's better at being you. Here's another question. If you're walking down the road and Brad Pitt or The Rock or Vin Diesel walk down the street and try and pick up your girl, will your girl give him her number? I think they would. And you know what? That's okay, man, because all guns can fire, but not all guns are loaded. All women have the potential to...
Hey, listen. And not all bullets hit their target. Not all bullets hit their target. Okay, you're a gun, you can fire. Yeah, okay, you got a little slide action. Oh, a little cute clip. Oh, what's that, an extendo? Oh, you got the 30 clip. Okay, yeah, but a 30 clip will miss 30 shots. Go listen to Young Dolph's 100 shots. Alright? Nigga, a 30 clip can miss 30 shots. And if you wanna be silly and oh yeah, I'm gangster, I'm gonna keep one in the head and get you a little 31 clip, you can miss 31 shots. Facts. So, yeah, your girl's cute, she pretty, she whatever.
All women cheat. All women are like that, but not all women
She's not gonna get her shot.
Rule number 6. You will fail, but you're not a failure. Man, I've approached girls who laughed at me, who awkwardly exchanged glances with their female friend and walked away, who made me wait for them for months while they were banging Chad. I've been there, man. I've let guaranteed lays slip through my fingers. I've failed. But you know what else? I've gotten the attention of a bombshell and fucked the hottest girl I've ever fucked. I've also...
And that's true. You fail, but you're not a failure. Good God, oh, ain't that deep? That's some real shit. You fail, but you are not a failure. Ain't that crazy? Good God.
Retained a model as a long-term play. I fucked girls just by asking them if they wanted to be my friend with benefits. Seduction is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu dojo. The white belt gets tapped out 1,000 times in 1,000 fantastically new ways. He'll score some submissions here and there, and eventually he'll learn how to escape bad situations, place himself in good situations, and before you know it, the coach is calling him in to break in the newbies. No black belt master got to where they were without being submitted countless times. And you know what happens when you get that black belt? You still get submitted. Having the knowledge and experience of a black belt will make it a heck of a lot easier to win, but life is a divine comedy. You can know all the right moves to make and still lose. And that's okay, man. Life is half chance. You can only do so much to influence the outcome. Rule number 7. The battle is won or lost inside you before it's ever fought. We've said the only way to arouse a woman to the point where she wants to sleep with you is off approaching her and passing her tests. Now, how do you pass her tests? Well, you gotta understand that they're all frame tests. The entire purpose of these tests is to see if you have a strong frame that won't buckle under pressure. You don't win by knowing how to pass the tests. The real value is having a strong frame to begin with. As Sun Tzu says in The Art of War, every battle is won or lost before it's ever fought. Rule number 8. The I am enough frame is the gold dust that gets you 9s and 10s. The basis of your inner game is the idea that you are enough. In other words, you have value to women simply because you're a man. Everything else is built upon that foundation. You don't have to do anything to attract a girl. She's already attracted to you simply because you're more relaxed than she is. You don't have to impress her, you don't have to change anything, and you don't have to improve your game beyond what it's at now. You can do these things if you want, and sure, they may help you, like going to the gym and lifting weights. That's gonna make it a lot easier for you to pick up girls, but you don't have to. You're already good enough simply because you're a man, you got testosterone, and a dick. Women value that. Now, when it comes to attraction, it's both binary and a scale. When you approach a woman, she's gonna put you through her sexual selection screening process, and the first step in that is binary. She's gonna look at you and say, would I fuck this guy? Yes or no? If it's a no, that's it, you lost, bro, you ain't banging that chick. But if it's a yes, then she's gonna send you over to her scale screening process, where she's gonna be thinking, I'll fuck him, but I wouldn't be proud of it or tell anybody. Or, I'll fuck him because he's so damn hot. Or, I'll fuck him and yeah, it'd be fun, yeah. So as you can see, it's both binary and a scale. Rule number 9. Men and women are meant to get together. We fit together like a key and a lock. There have been many studies done in which women smell men's sweaty t-shirts and it changes the chemistry of their brain, making them more relaxed and calm. Your masculinity is inherently attractive to women. It's the same as how their femininity is inherently attractive to you. Rule number 10. Standards are a myth. Society has fooled people into believing some girls are too good and too classy to have sex, and that's a load of steaming horseshit, okay? Everyone is a horny scoundrel. We've been brainwashed by our culture into believing that some people, mostly women, have something called standards. Women don't have any standards, okay, man? Not really, and neither do men. Imagine you're laying in bed with a 5, alright? She's a little bit chubby, has a plain face, you probably wouldn't be proud of fucking her, but whatever. Her skin's soft, she smells good, she has a nice personality, a cute round butt, and more importantly, she's naked and wet for you. Are you gonna say no? Probably not if we're being honest with each other. You'd almost definitely fuck her if you could be certain that A, she'd leave afterwards, and B, no one would find out. There's a natural magnetism between men and women. We have no willpower around each other. Women are the exact same way, trust me. If I can shoot out of my league, you can too. Rule number 11. Be a woman's cheat meal. You can be a 4 and she can be a 9. If the circumstances are right, if you're the right guy at the right place at the right time, she'll fuck you as long as there's no downside. Why? Because sex feels good. Even the hottest, slimmest yoga bunny pigs out on pizza every once in a while. It's human nature. We're not strong, okay? We are weak. We pretend to have standards to the outside world, but deep down inside, no one has any standards and we know it. Hot women are exactly the same, okay? Hot women have diarrhea too. If you can hold frame, pass a woman's test, and lead her to somewhere sex can happen while creating plausible deniability for her, she will fuck you. You'd be amazed at how easy it is when you get it down. Rule number 12. Enter the Fight Club. Getting a hot woman into bed is like the hazing scene in Fight Club, where the new recruits are lined up outside the door. Tyler berates the recruits with personal insults. He forces them to stand outside for days. He tells them there's no possibility they're getting into the Fight Club, and most believe Tyler. Most give up their frame and enter his. but there are a few who stay, and ultimately they are the ones invited inside. Seducing hot women is the exact same thing. It's a war of attrition. Women will pretty much fuck any guy who's around at the end of the night so long as he has a stronger frame than she does. But you have to stick around. You can't leave when she insults you or acts disinterested. If you do, you're failing her tests. Rule number 13. Stop thinking you need to be alpha Chad J Thundercock to get hot girls. It's helpful at first, but will ultimately stress you out. Your frame is not, I'm the most badass motherfucker who's better than everybody. Your frame is simply, I am enough. It's hard to go around thinking you're the most badass Chad to ever hit the scene, especially in the face of conflicting evidence. It's gonna cause cognitive dissonance and stress. Women and men are meant to get together. I'm a man, therefore women are already attracted to me on some baseline level. That's not a hard frame to maintain. It doesn't stretch the truth, it doesn't cause cognitive dissonance, and there's much more resilience in the face of tests and resistance, which is the most critical element to getting the hottest girls.
That's a great frame.
Rule number 14. Cultivate a reality distortion field. In order to do this, you must fully internalize the I am enough belief system. Understanding it in theory isn't enough. You have to feel it with your whole essence. You will have to believe it with total, unquestioning, brainwashed, zealot conviction. And the more you think about the idea that there's no reason you're not enough, the more it will feel true. Things tend to become true to us through repetition, not logic. Humans are illogical, emotional creatures. Use self-hypnosis if necessary. Find every reason you can to support the belief that you are enough, while cultivating deliberate blindness to anything that contradicts it. Don't be a slave to logic. Make logic a slave to you. This is how you cultivate a reality distortion field. And that's it. Now you're on the way to mastering your inner game. Here's a very quick recap. You won't get all the girls, but you will get girls. The battle is won or lost before the approach. Men and women are meant to get together. Your reality is the only true reality. Tune in to the next video and keep an eye out for the next entry into the How to Get Laid Like a Warlord series. Be sure to leave a comment, live victoriously, and subscribe.
Alright, shit. Alright, ass off. Alright, man, shit. Alright, we're gonna get into part 2 soon. We got one more message from Ass Off. And we're gonna get into a little bit more of his stuff on the second half. We're gonna chop up some more game. We're gonna learn how to reinforce our frames and stuff. And also, cool thing is, he said with conviction. Go look up the word conviction. You know, this is something that you profess, you convict, you some good shit. So this is a great show. This is a great source of information that you need to take seriously. It's crazy, dog. The game on this show is ridiculous. And this is reinforcing your tools. Which every man needs to reinforce his tools. And this information, whether you apply it or not, is great to have. Because it will still maneuver you in the right direction. So, what we're going to do is, wow, okay. Didn't expect this to happen, okay. Alright, let's get back into more Ass Off. Let's get it.
Monk Mode. Overcoming low SMV and winning at life. The basics. Part 1 of 2. This video is a quick and basic summary of the fundamental principles of monk mode. By understanding these fundamental concepts, you will be in a position to rise through the ranks of the sexual marketplace and have a better grasp on the more advanced aspects of monk mode. We're going to define monk mode as a noun. It's the state of relentless self-improvement and self-centered focus, often to the point of seclusion for an extended period of time. In layman's terms, it's about taking the time to stop being a directionless fucking loser and start building discipline. The climb from the bottom to the top of the sexual marketplace is arduous, but the red pill is about acknowledging reality. If you're of the consensus that the red pill is strictly about sexual strategy, then look at it through this lens. Being a loser is a terrible sexual strategy. You need to become a man worth a shit before girls or people in general start giving a fuck about you. So if you're out of shape, socially awkward, unhealthy, or whatever, you have no business hunting after pussy. Not only will you have a harder time picking up women, you're just gonna have a harder, less fulfilling life in general. Sure, some pussy may fall out of the sky and into your lap, and if it does, enjoy it. But until you have a strong foundation in your life, you should focus on yourself instead of external factors. That means instead of trying to make friends and get fucked, you become a man worth being friends with and worth fucking. By popping the red pill, you'll hopefully open your eyes and see any problems that need to be addressed, because just being yourself evidently isn't fucking working. The red pill metaphor is about accepting reality, and through this acceptance, it evolves into an ability to shape our own reality. Control of our reality is accomplished in part by entering monk mode. The basic principles of monk mode are as follows: the dichotomy of success, the trichotomy of actions, the balancing act, and building strengths while minimizing weaknesses. Concept 1. The dichotomy of success. Your success is built upon two actions: doing things that make you successful and avoiding things that make you unsuccessful. The sub-dichotomy within this dichotomy is understanding the paths to being unsuccessful. One path is that of destructive action, the other is that of apathetic inaction, and I'll illustrate this using extremes. It's pretty obvious that being a fucking meth addict will lead you to being unsuccessful, and it's a destructive action. Find me a functioning, in-shape meth addict with healthy relationships and produces valuable content. You fucking won't, okay? Meth addicts are continuously spending time and money on consuming a product that prevents them from producing anything valuable and in turn leeches value from their own life. The other path of being unsuccessful is that of apathetic inaction. This is the guy who spends all day playing Call of Duty and chatting on Facebook. And sure, he hasn't pressed the self-destruct button on his life, but he's still a shitty captain because instead of steering his life toward long-term fulfillment and success, he has chosen to put his ship on idle and let himself drift aimlessly through a life of short-term pleasures as he remains inebriated by distractions. Many things in our lives are just distractions. This includes social media, television, mindless YouTube videos, video games, and trivia. All of those are perfect ways to waste away your life. They give you little to no value and are easily addictive. So in order to begin to let success flourish, one must eliminate or at least greatly reduce mindless, consumptive activities. And sure, it sounds simple, but think about how many people come home after school or work and plop themselves in front of their Xbox, open up a bag of chips, and spend 8 hours cursing at kids over Call of Duty with a couple of masturbation breaks slipped in between. Now imagine how many people do that night after night after night for weeks or even months at a time. That is the exact wrong thing to do. You are in a perpetual state of inaction, consumption, and inebriation. Another incorrect example is something many of us are guilty of. You just finished an intense beast mode workout, and you step out of the gym, walk across the street, and grab a couple of Big Macs from McDonald's. In this situation, you may have did something to make you successful, but you failed at avoiding that which makes you unsuccessful, essentially negating your progress. Another quick example would be the fat lady who thinks she's on a diet because she only eats salads, but she drinks a Diet Coke every single hour on the hour. You won't build a healthy body fortress or a healthy mind by binging on McDonald's. The best outcome possible in the dichotomy of success will look something like this. Instead of smoking crack, you go and get a job. And then after you get home from work, you head into the gym instead of playing Halo. And then once you get home from the gym, instead of eating junk food, and you cook chicken, white rice, and black beans for dinner. Success is simple to understand. Half of your success comes from engaging in activities that foster success, and the other half comes from avoiding activities that leads to being unsuccessful. A deeper look into success would be seeing it as a trichotomy of actions that consists of consumptions, investments, and productions. The trichotomy is a nuanced subject, but the overall idea is easy to understand. Concept 2. The trichotomy of actions. Every action you take can fall under one of three categories. The first category is known as consumptions, which consume your time yet add little to no value to your life. We've already covered them, but I'll say them again. Video games, social media, television, basic examples. The second category of actions one can take are known as investments, which are by nature consumptive actions that do not directly produce anything, but result in long-term benefit. Lifting weights is a perfect example of an investment. You aren't directly producing anything, there aren't any immediate tangible results in doing it, and you consume time, or as I like to see it, invest time in doing the action. However, there is an undeniable long-term benefit. Other examples of investments are learning a new language, learning to play songs on an instrument, or learning a martial art. All of these activities involve consuming knowledge without directly producing anything, but still result in a long-term benefit. The final category of actions are known as productions, which are actions that result in the creation of a product that has value. So examples of productions would be writing a book or a few pages in that book, to making a film, creating a painting, penning an essay, creating your own song, and much more. That just about covers the first two basic aspects of monk mode. And here's a quick rundown on the first two concepts. The dichotomy of success. It states that your success is built upon two actions: doing things that make you successful and avoiding things that make you unsuccessful. One path to being unsuccessful is that of destructive action. The other path is that of apathetic inaction. The trichotomy of actions. It states that there are three categories your actions may fall under, which are consumptions, investments, and improvements. TLDR, quit wasting your fucking time, nigga. You shouldn't be hunting for pussy if you're a depressed mess. Instead of running down the hill to fuck one bitch, walk down the hill to fuck them all. Tune into the next video for the last two fundamentals, live victoriously, and don't forget to subscribe.
Alright, shout outs to Assoff, man. Shout outs to him, man. Shouts to that brother, man. Alright, man, listen. We're gonna have a part 2. The boy Assoff. And we're gonna get it, man. We're gonna talk a little bit more about building your frame. He has the Iron Man, the Iron Rules of Tomasi. Tomasi, I think he wrote The Rational Male, if I'm not mistaken. That's a book that I've seen for a long time. I wanted to read it. I haven't read it, but this week I will buy that book and read it. And 'cause I know it's a pretty good book. I just haven't got the chance to read it. I got a whole bunch of books. So listen, before we get into part 2, we'll talk a little bit more about reinforcing your frame and really what frame is, and giving you the game on what it is about this thing that you've realized or have been exposed to, and gave you more knowledge on it so you can improve it, and it will bring you to heights that you've never thought that you could reach. We're gonna get into a really great song. We're still on our Jamaican shit. You know, we chilling, man. We want you to find that girl. You understand what I'm saying? We want you to find the girl that, you know, that you want to be your wife. We want you to find wifey. You understand what I'm saying? Shout outs to Wayne Wonder though. When you find wifey, you know what's gonna play. You don't want to lose wifey. You understand what I'm saying? When you see wifey at the market, or you know what I'm saying, or you was just chilling around, Miami a little bit, and you know, wifey in the palm trees, or wifey just chilling on the beach, you don't want to lose her. You want to approach her, and you want to make this happen. You understand what I'm saying? So, let's get it, man. It's Player Talk Radio, man. Let's get into this. Come on, sir. You know when you see wifey, this shit start playing. Come on, man. Let's play it. Radio, man. Let's get it. Shout out to Wayne Wonder, man.
She's a beauty, very special, really and truly. Take good care of me, like it's her duty. Want you right by my side, night and day. No letting go, no holding back, because you are my lady. When I'm with you, it's all I want. Girl, I'm so glad, see, baby. No letting go, no holding back. No holding back, no, yeah. When I'm with you, it's all about, yeah. They say good things come to an end, but I'm optimistic about being afraid. Though I make you cry, I do it. Nisha, but that was back then. No letting go, no holding back, because you are my lady. When I'm with you, it's all about. Girl, I'm so glad we made it. No letting go, no holding back. No holding back, no, yeah. When I'm with you, it's all about, yeah. Really appreciate you loving me after all that we've been through. Really appreciate you loving me all time. Yeah, somebody, she's a beauty, very special, really and truly. Take good care of me, like it's her duty. Right by my side, night and day. No letting go, no holding back, because you are my lady. When I'm with you, it's all about. Girl, I'm so glad we made it. No letting go, no holding back. No holding back, no, yeah. When I'm with you,
You're now in the mix with the young DJ Kuda.
Tonight we gonna be going in.
On the ones and twos and twos.
Let's get it.
On Player Talk Radio.
It's Player Talk Radio. Let's get it, man. Let's get into part 2.